Hello, back again. And in this tutorial, we will tidyfy, we will improve our previous written code. And as you can see in the previous written code, we implemented the logic of these boundary walls, which are left side wall and right side wall. And to improve it further, and so there are no overlapping cases. That is, these are named as left and right as well. And as you see, our logic is looking only for the word left and right. So we will remove it from this left wall and right wall, and instead we will just name it as L wall Q, like this. You can even place an underscore to make it more clear. And for this right one, we will remove the right written here, and we will press this like this, and press like this, and will make and now this name is little complex, but this is how it is. It is L, small l, then underscore, then big caps W, then ALL, then underscore, and then big caps Q. And same goes for the right wall. And this naming convention would not alter with the previous written logic, which was looking for left and right, and hence the overlapping cases were arising from. So now we have addressed those issues, and now we will address on the OnTriggerExit, and how OnTriggerExit will be called despite the fact our character moves through these boxes. But we only wanted, but its intended purpose was only it will be called when this thing will collide with this one. So to address this, we will simply copy this and place it like this. So instead of Q, it is our big caps Q, and instead of two door, it would be just like this. So if other.gameObject.name contains a big letter Q, if it doesn't contains big letter Q, which is for questionnaires, I will write there that is not for questionnaires, that is plus 10 or minus 10, or Boolean exit. Then so right now it shouldn't write up Boolean ended allow movement in both direction for our Boolean with the mid questionnaires. So let's play it and see how it looks. So let's press tab to run, and now when our character passes through here, it says started overlapping with right wall Q. So this is only thing that is written here, but it doesn't on trigger exit. This thing doesn't came up. That is other game name contains Q. So our previous script was running fine. That is, if we go here, and now if you see Boolean ended allow movement in both directions shows up, which is that is it should be coming. So now what we got to do is save the progress, and what will happen right now is that we will write down the test cases. I will sum it up here. Cases for each if player passes through plus 10 or plus 10 or minus 10. So to check this that it has passed through plus 10 or minus 10, we will comment it like this. plus 10 minus 10 logic, plus 10 or minus 10 logic. Again, this is not the perfect way of writing the code, but this is something that explains this tutorial well enough to figure out the best way of writing a game. It depends upon the complexity of your game. So you can totally write out different script and attach these colliders again for the perfect these colliders for perfect loop way of doing things, but this is just the tutorial, so it's nowhere near perfect or explains and does the job. So you have to keep this in mind, and as we will later improve and our game turns more complex, we will separate out our logic section for each functionality. For each script, we will have much better and organized scripts for each function. So for right now, for plus 10 or minus 10 logic, we will intermingle it here to show how it can be done. And here we will check for collision, and here we will check that if other dot game object names contains q, so we will do it like this. And in the else we will place it this as well. However, we will add an or statement and statement like this, and here we will look for the L wall, that this is present or not, this L or this right. So to do this, we will simply copy this L and simply we will copy it again, and this so this means that we pinpointed what is causing trouble. And if you see, for our trigger case, again this is giving an error because we missed an AND operator. We will put our AND operator again, and this is our right. So if the collision if our collision game object, when the collision happens, so right now it's telling me that TMP essentials are not in the asset. When I do this, this error will be gone, but for the tutorial sake, we will head back to this. And for the trigger name, we will press here plus 10, and then here we will enter minus 10. So, or no, oh sorry, so right was plus 10 and left was minus 10. So whenever our character passes through green thing, this plus 10 would work. This would write up minus 10 entered for the, I will show you in a second. So if you see, this is our character, and let's unpause it. and as you see it passes through the plus 10 and it writes up here minus 10 entered with the trigger name object named this and this. So what it means is that minus 10 triggered, so we have replaced the, again it doesn't make sense, but let's play it again. So whenever the right is, the green thing is used back here, minus 10 entered. Okay, so we forgot writing this, saving this, and we will investigate this issue further. So let's open up the inspector, make sure our view is not locked, and this is L wall and this is right wall. So if, okay, so if other dot game object dot name, so if this has a Q on or this on, one of this need to run and other won't. So let's play it. Either the problem is with the collider, which I think is the right thing to say. So let's see, the collider is fine, and however the name is not right. Say left side text queue, which is not right, and it is saying right wall queue, which is right. But for this one, as you can see, so let's unpause the game, and here so we will investigate this issue further and we will get back to you.